Hey, how are you, Tejaswini?
Hi, I'm very good, and you?
I'm good too. I'm good too. So, I've already told my viewers that how you are inspiring people about dancing and going our culture towards a higher end. So, take it further. I'll ask you a few questions, and starting with that, first question from my
Okay.
side is how you got into dancing.
Okay, so I'll tell you my story that I was not dancer at all, and even I didn't have interest in dance. I had another plans, but I never thought that I will be take dancing as my profession. So when I was 16 years old, that time I saw a group of foreigner who was performing Indian classical Odissi dance, and I was watching them, and I felt some different energy, and I was like, they are foreigners and they are doing Indian classical dance, and the Indian classical music are always most of the time in Sanskrit language, and they are telling the stories only with the expression and mudras, hand gestures and eye movements. That's it. So I was like, wow, what a beautiful art! And look at me, I'm Indian and I don't know about this art. And they are foreigner, they came from really far away and they came and they study here and they are representing our beautiful art to us. And we don't know that this Odissi dance form is from where. And the most important thing was, which has inspired me, that music was in Sanskrit, and I was like, look at me, I'm Indian and I don't understand anything that what's going on. I can understand the story what they are trying to explain, but I don't know exactly the words in Sanskrit, what they are trying to, like, the meaning of the Sanskrit words and all. So this thing really inspired me that wow, and I'm Indian. Shame. It's really shame. I feel shame. So I was like, I must want to learn this dance.
Mm-hmm.
And that time I didn't thought that I want to take it as a profession. I was like, I must want to dance next year on the same stage with the same group, because there was no any Indian,
Okay.
only the foreigners. There were like 16, 17 students, only Indian. Sorry, only
Only
foreigner. There was
foreigners.
no any single Indian.
Mm.
So I inspired from foreigners.
All right. So your forte is Odyssey, and it
Yes.
originates back in Orissa, and you are from
Yeah.
Rajasthan, Pushkar. So
Yes.
how the cultural similarities or dissimilarities, provided you with like how I should learn this, and do you have to learn Odissi and all their language and something like that?
Actually, it was difficult. Mhm. I didn't had any knowledge about Odissi, and I didn't know that Odissi dance origin from Orissa. I didn't know that. I just saw that there is some, like, when I saw the performance of the foreigners, I was like, it's a classical dance form, but I don't know exactly the name and this dance from where. And then the next day after the show, I couldn't sleep all night because the performance was in my mind. Next day, I went to the school. The foreigner the foreigner was teaching there in the school. She have a school in Pushkar. So I went to her school and I started to talk with her that myself, Tejaswini Gautam, and I saw your performance last night, and I really want to study this dance. But the foreigners they are more like, like business mind. So they were like, she was like kind of like, sorry, for now we don't have space, and you are very little now. You are just 16-year-old, so something like that. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't know that this dance, like Indian guru, like some Indian teacher have who teach Indian classical Odissi. I didn't know about that, but unfortunately, when she said she will not teach me after that, every day I used to go to her school, not inside because of course she don't allow to sit inside. When she was teaching that time, I was like, her school was in the temple, in a really beautiful old temple. So there has like small windows, like really tiny windows. So I keep watching from the windows that what she's teaching, and that inspired me a lot when she was like teaching the mudras, and I'm like, wow, with the only with 5 fingers, so many beautiful things she doing. When she was doing like neck movement, eye movement, all these things, it was just melting my heart, and I was like, I really want to learn, but how it possible? I don't know what can I do for that. And my family was not allowed. I told to my parents, but they didn't allow me to study, and I told them I really want to learn this Indian classical dance. And I think in India, in some part of India, people say that dance is not a good field, but I don't think so, because it depends on you. I don't think any field is wrong or right. There is nothing
Indeed.
wrong or right. Yeah. So just like this, every day I keep watching in the from the windows, and every day new thoughts come in my mind that I'm Indian. That's why this dance is not for Indians. It's just for foreigner. Sometimes some thoughts come like, okay, who have a lot of money, because that time she was charging, foreigners are charging in dollars. So I was like, who have a lot of money, only that people can study this Indian classical dance.
Yeah.
Because I was from middle class family, I thought it's not for me. It's only for rich people, or mostly only for the foreigners. Because I never saw any Indian who's performing Odissi.
And as a
So
children also, you don't got to put your mind into it. You just think like okay, the money is more and I cannot join and something like that.
yeah, yeah, I was just like 16 years old, and like always many things came in my mind, and I was just trying to, how can I learn this dance form, because I was from inside, I was like fire to learn, I must want to learn. I was trying to find the way to study this dance, but I couldn't find anything, because that time my parents was not supporting me to learn, and even they don't know that exactly what I want to learn. They are like, okay, she's crazy, she's just little girl, and what she just want to do that. So they are like, okay. And
Okay.
then the most important,
Yeah, carry on.
yeah. So after a few days, like I was keep watching from the window and all. After a few days, Indian guru, who's my guru now, his name is Guru Padma Dehury. He's from Orissa, Bhubaneswar. So I know that he was the guru of that foreigner students who was performing there. So he was the guru, and he saw me one day when I was watching during that time. He saw me and he started to talk with me that, who are you? And I saw you many times. You are just standing like hours and just watching. So what's your name? When I told him my name, Tejaswini Gautam, he likes my name very much. Like, Tejaswini, do you know it's a Sanskrit name, and do you know the meaning of Tejaswini? And I was like, sorry, I don't know the meaning of my name. And he started to give me like class, like, okay, Tejaswini means brightness, very shiny, like a sparkle, like a sun, many examples he started to give me. And I asked him that, who are you? And he said, I'm Guruji from Orissa, from Bhubaneswar. I teach Indian classical Odissi dance. I just hold in his feet and I started to cry. I was like, I found the Indian guru. I didn't know that Indian people also teach that. I thought it just from
Foreigner thing.
foreigners.
It's a foreigner.
Yeah. So he entered me in the school, like he invited me, okay, come, and he was very happy because I was the first girl from Pushkar who showed my interest to learn Indian classical Odissi dance, because he's teaching from 2004 in Pushkar and I met him in 2010.
All right.
So he was very happy to know me, that finally someone have interest about dance, about Odissi dance. Yeah.
All right. So you have performed internationally also. Uh,
Yes.
yeah. So how different is the response from in India you perform and then you perform in the other countries? How the response is different?
Well, the response was very good. Actually, they can like whenever I'm in classical dance, mostly we have storytelling, stories about the Indian god and goddess.
Mhm.
And whenever we perform, before performance, we give our introduction and also what we're gonna perform. We tell the story about the dance, so they can feel the emotions, and with the expression they can understand a little bit, and they do respect a lot.
Okay.
They
What?
do respect a lot of Indian classical dance.
I also feel the same way because I've seen many foreigners like they come to India, settle in Banaras and Himalayan regions. Like they come to India, they got to know the culture of India, the god and goddesses, and they just stay there forever. Like yeah, and that is what lacking in Indian society. Basically, we are draining ourselves to the other side of the road.
Hmm.
Okay, so my another question to you related to that also that what do you think is your biggest achievement that you have got till date?
Uh, for me, that was very special when I performed first time in Taiwan on the big stage with Shakti School of Dance. India, there is a Indian dance company who the owner is foreigner. She's the owner of Indian Dance Community School,
All right.
and that was very special for me when she invited me to perform there. That was the best achievement for me.
All right. So
And
you've
in
got
India also I have performed in many stage. Sorry.
yeah, it's okay. My next question is like you also are a trainer. You teach your Odissi to the students, and I've seen your profile that you teach in Taiwan and Singapore also. So how
Mm-hmm.
the response is different from the students of India and students in foreign? Like how is the zeal bigger to learn that the form of dance?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Okay, the
Can you
question is,
repeat?
yes, yes, sure, sure. The question is that you teach in Taiwan and Singapore also, and the what is the difference between the mentality of the students there and students here in India? Like, how is their response?
Okay. So when I teach to foreigners, actually in classical dance have who have patience, they can learn. The Indians are more like, dance is dance. Indians are thinking that dance is for fun, but classical is not for fun. Actually, it's a very devotional dance form. That, as I told you, that in this dance we are telling the stories about Hindu god and goddess, and foreigners are very curious to know what's the story of this god, what's the story of that goddess, and they are like very focused, and they have very how to say um, they have patience. Actually, when they learn something they give 100%. But for the, well, Indian also, but like example, if I have 20 students of Indian, only two of them they will take it as the professionally, like they understand that, okay, what's the purity of this art, you know.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the difference because Indians are basically always impatient about anything.
Actually, still many of Indians, they don't know that what is the difference between classical and modern dance. They are thinking that dance is just dance. Dance is for fun.
Mhm.
But Indian classical dance is like kind of meditation. You have to full focused.
And
You have to go
yes,
more and
yes,
more
yes.
and more deeper.
And even
But
even the varieties varied in Indian classical dances like Odissi, and there can be many other forms, Kathak and all. They are all the form of Indian classical dances. Like there is a wide variety and people just don't put themselves in that particular shoe to know how the thing is working, basically.
We have 8 type of Indian classical dance form from different state, and in every classical dance have just stories about the goddess. This dance came from the classical dance came from the Shastras. So there is just like stories about goddess and gods. It's a devotional dance art, and every all the classical dance form are same but different.
All right. Related to that, my channel is basically related to health and fitness, and mental aspect is another, a bigger deal of your being fit and all. So my next question is how dancing gets you improve your mental health. Like if you can say mentally it makes you mentally more stable and it gives you a joyous and something like that. So how dance has helped you out making yourself mentally and emotionally fit?
Well, yeah, it's a in classical dance have we have a lot of exercises for fitness, and for the classical dancer, the first beginning, the first level is to make your physical. You have to be physically and mentally. You have to be very strong and flexible. So for these, we have some basics, which is we have to practice years and years. Like now, I'm in this field since 10 years already, but still to stay fit, to stay in balance, to stay focused. For all this, we must do all the exercises. We have some basic practice for that,
Okay,
which
so
is we have to do every day.
okay, so anything special you take in your nutrition to have that fit personality, or and is that any specific diet or meal you take in your day?
Mm, I avoid fast food and oily food. I don't eat.
Okay, and
And
like how is your
mhm.
whole day of eating? Like how you choose that this one I have to eat, or you are like, okay, I'll eat this and that is fine. Okay, like are you choosy about having food or what?
Mostly I prefer. I check that which food is good for my health. If there is no oil, no fried, then mostly I prefer boiled vegetables, which is I eat, which is good for my skin, good for my health. So mostly I use boiled vegetables, and I'm pure vegetarian. I don't eat even eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
hmm
right. So, any message for the youth that you want to convey that how they should pursue dancing or whatever they want to do in their life? So, how would you put all that? How you sum up your entire career like advice? Like this is how you can do things.
I wanna give one message that for all the Indians, that you must try. If they don't want to take it as a profession, but at least they can try once to know that in our culture that we have something. And because many people don't know about that, they know that there is a classical dance form, but at least they should try once to get know that what is actually Indian classical Odissi, because many people don't know. When people talk about classical dance, only Kathak and maybe Bharatnatyam. These two forms are very popular, but there is different 8 type of dance form that people don't know. So I just want to say that they should try once.
All right. All right. I'll convey the message to the youth, which I can. Uh, Thank you very much for joining, and I hope that you grow brighter and brighter each and every day as your name is, and spread the happiness all over the world.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.